So, here we go. We are on our perilous journey. Hopefully it goes well. I'm pretty nervous about this, honestly, because this is about everything I've been working for right here. I have all my structure pieces on the RG. These are just my backup PTs, really. And, yeah. So we're flying over there. I just thought, I hope I don't freeze to death. That could be another problem, honestly. Could be a problem. And if I get stuck under them or something stupid, too, but, you know. Anyway. Hopefully I can get there, get a foundation down, get a bed down. I got beds. Kind of wish I brought a sleeping bag, but I didn't. That's okay. So yeah, this is kind of what we're doing. We're just rolling along here. And my base location is actually, I mean, it's really good if I can get established there, but it's hard to get to. It's on one of the icebergs, and I'm going to show you when I get there. It's cold, so that's the thing. We got to brave the cold. It's another challenge, although it is good. It makes it harder for people to attack us because it's so cold, and you know, there's not quite as many people just messing with you up there, you know. But the thing is, can I get there? That's going to be the thing. So anyway, it's a little ways yet because the icebergs are not right here, as you know, if you know the island. If I'm getting close to, you know, if I'm getting weak, getting close to dying, I think I will just land somewhere, try to land somewhere safe, relatively safe, and slap a foundation down, put a bed down real quick. Just use one of my beds as foundations because, you know, that way I could respawn. It's pretty much my only options, at least so far. It seems like it's not too cold of a day. It's only, well, it's 37. And so I'm cold, but I'm not freezing. So in that case, I'm not losing health. So that's actually really good. Even for being cold, there's quite a few rafts and just people up here too. There still is. So we do have to be careful. Definitely there's people around up here. A lot of the veteran players come up in the snow. There's our island. It came into place. Came into view. There's the island. Best base location on this map. On this type of map. This type of server. So, there it is. The iceberg. Wow, and look what we have here. An alpha carno. I should try to kill him. I may have to wait until I get along. So I'm confident. I'm excited. I think we're gonna make it. We got it now. I mean, unless somebody comes out of the bushes somewhere or out of the ice, kills us. Unless somebody's built there, but that doesn't really happen usually. But yeah, I think he's stuck. If he's stuck, I could probably just go pelt him until I kill the thing. Huh? Get some good tools. That would be nice, actually. And I am cold, but I'm not too cold, so that's a nice thing. It's 22, so I mean I'm freezing, but I'm not like super freezing, I don't think. And yeah, so nobody's built here, so that's great. There we go. Now if they'll just land. Hope this is not a turret raft. Was there a raft? I thought I saw a raft here. Did I not? I did, huh? Okay, but it's wrecked, huh? Don't want to fall off of here. I am in trouble. I wish this guy would land. But I guess as it is, we're good. I'm gonna put some of my weight on him. Start building. I guess we're just like that, then. I think that'll work. Spawn bed right there now. And then what we're gonna do is outline it with these. So I gotta be really careful. I do not want to fall here. Falling would be extremely bad.
And there's our last one right there. So now we have an outline, as you can see right here. That's where our walls are going to be, our base, 5 by 5 square. Next, we're going to put we have enough for 4 crop plots, I think, here. We have 4, and we have a little bit of fertilizer. We're going to put one on each corner, with the idea being that it can cover both ways. So one plant will cover, so we'll have 2 plants covering each side of the base with 4 plants. And I can put about 2 or 3 fertilizer in each. That should be enough to get started. I think it takes about 1 whole fertilizer just to grow the plant. So if we do each corner like this, like I said, we have 4 crop plots made. We have some seeds, so that should give us a little bit of protection when they grow. So that's why I made the outline of the base like this first, so that we can see where to put our crop plots. And then as soon as I can here, we're going to get these growing right now. As soon as it rains, they should be growing. So basically what I want to do now is just collect a bunch of resources. I brought my RG over, put it in a safe spot, and I'm just going to build stuff and make stuff as I go here, get things, get wood, and try to, because we really don't have any resources hardly at the base. So I also want to make a couple of these, what do you call them? Compost bins for making fertilizer. And so that's what I was trying to do here. Just get a bunch of stuff, make a couple of compost bins so I can get a little more fertilizer producing right off the bat. And I needed to make a few more ceilings and a ladder or two so I can complete my floor with a few more pillars to have the floor put together. I also needed hide because obviously I need hide for everything, repair my armor and such. So yeah, I was pretty much just getting all resources I could possibly collect and making things, crafting parts, bringing them back to my RG. As I get 2 or 3 built, just fly up to my RG. My RG was kind of on a high spot, as you'll see here in just a minute. So here is my RG, nice and safe, tucked away in this little hidey hole. You probably know where it is if you know the island, but nobody was in there, so that was good. I made a sleeping bag as well. Had a couple of compost bins going. Was getting a little bit of fur or pelt, so I could make fur armor, which was definitely needed because I was constantly freezing to death up here. So I made a sleeping bag, slapped it down right here because, well, if something was to happen, or if I was to die from the cold, which was happening quite often, it'd be nice to have a sleeping bag to respawn. So I put that right here. As you can see, a nice spot, nice and green right there. That works. And then I had this pesky Perlovia kept annoying me right as I would try to leave. So I figured I'd deal with it. I tried to bola it, and stupid me forgot that you couldn't bola Perlovias. So I tried a couple times. That didn't work. He was coming at me pretty hard. And, yeah, I'm in hide. I'm freezing half to death already. And, yeah, he ended up killing me pretty easily. Now I was worried about my animals, but not to fear. I have a sleeping bag there. Right there. I could easily respawn and fly away, right? Nice. And this happened. Yeah. So I was not very happy at this point. Thankfully, you can't hear the footage, the audio, because, yeah, I was not very happy. So just killed myself and had to respawn and make my way back. And right as I was getting there, sure enough, the
Oh.
RG died to the Pelovia. Thankfully, my PT was safe, but I lost my RG as you can see there. So, yeah, I was not too happy. But that's why we had backup PTs and things. So I did what you would normally do, lead the Perlovia over the edge, and Then I had the difficult problem of trying to get all the stuff I had in my RG because it was just about full of weight. So I had to take several trips with my PT, probably 5 trips, to bring all that back to my base. I had some structures in there and different things crafted. So anyway, got it all back to my base, as you see here. I did manage to get the floor fully constructed, as you see there, fully constructed out with the floor. And then just made another Pteranodon saddle for my Pteranodon there, second one, just in case. So I have my full floor going down. I have my ladder going down through. So that was nice. We were getting a little set up there, but I definitely needed a lot more resources and a lot more things there. And now I didn't have an RG to load my stuff back and forth, so I decided I should work on taming. So I was going back to get things that I needed right here, get some resources, and all of a sudden this pack of Carnos decided to swarm my Pteranodon, and I whistled at the follow, but you know how things go in Ark. It's not going to follow me because, well, that would be too easy. So it died, and as you see there, they killed it. And then, of course, they killed me as well. Thankfully, I just made another saddle, barely had enough resources, so we had a way to get back. We could respawn at a base, come back, grab our stuff very cautiously, and at this point we were now down to 2 PTs and no RG. So we were, we had a little base, but we were getting in trouble. So I thought I needed to tame some more creatures because I needed to have backups. But I didn't have any trank arrows, no narcotics. So I started picking berries here because I needed to make at least a few trank arrows with a few narcotics. So that's what I did. Went to picking, getting some berries until I had enough to make a few narcotics, brought it back to base and did that, and then turned those into a few trank arrows. I then was flying around, I found this ovis, which was really good for the mutton because right before this I had knocked out another RG I saw. With those arrows I made, found a level 18 RG and knocked it out in a nice safe spot. Then I happened to find this, which was great because then I could quickly tame the RG. Being on 1x rates, that was going to help a lot. So went back to my RG. It was doing well, put all of everything on it, and it tamed right up, and we had ourselves an RG again. Now that our RG was safely back at base, I thought it was time to go out and look for taming something else that I was going to need, and that was going to be something that I could take caving. So I was looking for a wolf or a saber tooth, and I found this saber tooth kind of stuck here, and it happened to be a level 29, which is almost max level, which is really good for the server. So I thought if I could tame this, that would really help me with two things. I was going to need one to take in a cave because I need to get a dung beetle for fertilizer, and it would be nice to have it for getting hide and meat. But after fooling around with it for probably 30 or 40 minutes, it fell off. It swam around the water forever, and it was just really going nasty. As you can see right here, the server was so laggy at this point, I couldn't hardly do anything. Couldn't even throw a bola. It was ridiculous. That's why the audio is messed up here as well. Most of this audio did not even sync right because of the server so laggy, so that's why I'm voicing over most of it here. But it was just not going to work. I tried several times to get this guy knocked out, tamed, couldn't do anything, couldn't hit him with arrows. The server was crazy laggy. It was ridiculous. So at this point, I had been on for a long time. I decided that it was pretty much time to call it quits for the night. We got to a new base location. We got somewhat set up. We got 4 plants growing, and this was just not working out. I did tame the RG, so that was good, but I didn't want to lose a PT, and he was in a bad way there. He ended up getting killed there shortly after that. As I was flying back, I found this base here. I thought that would maybe not be a bad raid if I could get, maybe next day or two get some grenades put together. But like I said, it was late and I was going to have to be getting off soon. So I headed back to base. Now, being that I had very little defenses up, even if those plants, they weren't grown yet, but even if they were going to get growing, it still would not be very safe. This base was very unsecured. So I decided to put all my best loot in my RG and my 1 PT, and then just have them follow me to the sky border. I figured if somebody found my base, likely they wouldn't find the RG and the PT up at Sky Border. So that was my plan, just to leave them up there and bring the one PT back down to the base empty, just so that if nobody did find me or nobody came around, I would have a PT to come back up with and get my birds back down. And so that's what I did. Left all my best loot on them. And this is where I would be logging off for the night. As you see here, we got one plant on each corner and our basic skeleton of a base structure going here. So not very much yet. Definitely not very well defended, but like I said, it was late and I was going to need to be getting off as my one PT was leaving here. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to be ending this video. I hope you're enjoying it. Be sure to subscribe and check it out for what happens next.